and we'll come to them at the end.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got it. Cool.
You good?
Yes.
All right. So, hi, everybody. Nice to see everyone. I wanted to introduce Calli real quick before I'm going to let her take it away. But this is Calli. Isn't she pretty? We actually met at Summit last year, and we became like instant BFFs. She's awesome. If y'all don't follow her page, you should. She just officially went full-time with Beachbody, which is awesome. And she is a two-star coach. She's been coaching for 2 years. And she is a Success Club legend. Right, Calli?
Yes, ma'am.
Which means, for those of you who don't know, it means that she has hit Success Club for 24 months in a row. So she's helped at least 3 people every month for the last 24 months, which is incredible. So yay, Calli! All right, so tonight she's going to talk about the power of being consistent with posts and quality posts, because if y'all don't follow her page, like, her posts are awesome. I read them and it makes me want to join her team. Obviously I can't because I already have a team. So, but seriously, y'all, she's incredible. I'm super excited that she is talking to us tonight. So please mute yourselves. Again, if you have questions, comment in there's like a little chat box. We'll get to them at the end. And then, yeah, let's give it to you, Calli. I'm going to mute myself because I have 4 dogs and they'll bark. So.
Wow, what an intro. Thank you, Jessie. So yeah, I kind of wanted to come on and talk to you about the importance of just quality and consistency. And I think, people, when you first start in this business, people are like, oh, okay, this is cute. So cute. Love it. And then you start posting more and more. And you're like, okay, wait, she's kind of serious. And then it's like, okay, wait, she's really serious. Okay, so maybe I should actually check this out. Maybe I should talk to her. Maybe I should figure out what she's doing. Like, because they're like, okay, this is only going to last a couple of months. It's only going to last, a couple of weeks, really. Like, she just wants my money. Like, people will think that. Multi-level marketing does not get, it's not great thoughts from people a lot of times. So the power of consistency, if you haven't read The Compound Effect, the book, it changed my world. And it just kind of talks about how, like, momentum, and how when you start, it's like you're pushing this ball, right? Like, imagine there's like a snowball, and you start off with like this little packed thing, and then you have to roll it up the hill, and it is so hard because it's rolling, and it's getting bigger, and it's bigger, and it's heavier, and then you reach the top, and then you can just let it go, and it's going to grow, and it's going to grow, and then it might hit another little hill, so you like run after it and just push it up a little more, but it's got momentum from the first hill, and it can just kind of flow on itself. So the first couple of months are the hardest, but they are the most important for you to be consistent. It's incredibly important even after those first few months that you continue with your consistency, because it shows people that you are serious. It shows people that you are on your journey, that you actually care. Excuse me, I have like allergy cough stuff going on. So it makes you legit. And it shows people, look, I'm not just in this to just try this and have it be a fad thing, that you actually want to help others, and you're helping yourself, and you're changing your life and your lifestyle, and you want to help change others. So thank you. Oh, you got me water. So hold on. Okay. So this might surprise you, but 7 to 10% of the people that you are friends with on your Facebook page see your posts at any point in time. 7 to 10% of people see your posts. That is nothing. And a lot of times it's just the people that are online. So if those people that are online are not liking your post isn't going to go anywhere. I don't know what the percentage is of like how many likes you need to get for it to go on other people's walls, but this is why we say post 3 to 5 times a day. I'm more like a 3 time a day person. I like the morning. the lunch hour, and then later at night, but that's just my demographic. That's who I'm reaching out to. I also have like Instagram and Snapchat that I'm doing stuff on, so I don't want to like flood everyone too much. But a lot of people do 5 times a day, and it all just depends on your market. So you just kind of want to play around with your market and see what times of days they're responsive to. And also you can check your little like chat box, and sometimes it'll say 77 and sometimes it'll say 170. You better be posting when it's 170 people online, but you better be checking that. I don't care if it's like 2 a.m. If there's 170 people online, you're posting. So 3 to 5 times a day. Again, you might think that you're driving people crazy, but you're not, because I guarantee you that not many people are actually seeing that post. Again, if it gets a bunch of likes, then it goes on more news feeds, more people are going to see it. So that's kind of why you want to post in those times, those heavier traffic times. So you get those likes to go on more people's news feeds. Does that make sense? Coming out like cool, awesome. You guys are great. Okay, so about those posts though, please don't make them all beach body. Please don't just have your shake and be like, hello. Or like sweaty workout pic. Like those are great. We love them. They're necessary. But have kind of this constant thing in your head of like, what are 3 to 5 things about me, about my life? Like who am I, and why would people want to follow me? Who are you going to attract? Because whatever you post about, you're going to attract. So let's say you have pets, right? So post something about your pets, post something about your fitness. Maybe you love cooking. I love cooking. I don't post enough recipes, but because our life has been crazy, but like that's one of the things I post about if I'm making something delicious. Then, your family and friends, like you have a life. You're not just a Beachbody coach, and so people will appreciate following your life and your journey versus just like, oh my God, this girl works out and drinks her shakes all day, every day. Is that all she does? Because like, really? And so then that's when people are going to start getting kind of like annoyed. Where does it say how many people are online? So when you go, actually I can screen share. Oh, there's 154 people online. I should be posting right now. I just did though. It's okay. Okay, I'm going to screen share with you real quick. Share screen. Okay. Do you see pictures that I'm going to show you later? Don't look at those. So you see my arrow right down here, bottom right. It says chat 155. So that's where you see, and you can have it on like that. You can turn off your chat. You can hide your sidebar. So I hide the sidebar a lot, and I just see the number down there because it gets kind of annoying to just have it chilling. But you can scroll, and this sometimes is a good way of like, who am I going to talk to today? Oh, who's online? Oh, I haven't talked to her in a while. Okay. So yes, great question, Brittany. Thank you. Now stop share. Okay. You can see my beautiful face again. I just worked out too, so. Okay. So yeah, choose kind of a couple things that are most relevant to you, like what's in your life. It's going to be relevant to other people. The people have pets. Like I don't have a pet. I wish I did. But so like I wouldn't necessarily vibe with someone who is posting about their pets, but that's not a bad thing. It just, you want to attract the people that you're like. If you are a pet lover, then you don't want me on your team because like I'm like, I don't have one. I don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't feed my dog Shakeology, and like and it's okay. You're not trying to attract everyone in the world. You want people who are like you because they're easier to then help. So if you do post, when you do post about your shake and your workout, don't just say like, love my Shakeology. Okay, they're like, oh, okay, what is Shakeology, and why are you like taking, like loving on this thing? What is this? So when you do post about that or your workouts, like they're like, wow, she did another workout. Awesome. Instead of doing that, just think about why one, why you drink your Shakeology. So here's and Brittany, you do an incredible job at like describing Shako in these like fun ways, right? So you're like, you're 10 salads for the day and blah, blah, blah. Or like, this is my, like, I don't know, you say it in great ways, but just kind of explain it in like in a fun way to people. Like, why am I drinking this? When do I drink it? For me, I never had time in the mornings. I would snooze for the last, literally to the last 30 seconds, and I'd be running out the door, and I would have to grab like something unhealthy, like a granola bar thing that had so much sugar, and it never filled me up. So for me, that's what I really honed in on earlier on, and that attracted people who, like me, slept to the last minute, never made breakfast, but I was starving. Like I wake up starving. And I needed something healthy to like go on the road to drive to my job for an hour. And my commute was stupid because I live in DC and traffic sucks. So I would sit in traffic and just drink my shake and be a happy person. So that's, again, there was a reason. I would talk about why I was drinking my shake, what was so great about it. It wasn't just me posting a picture with a bottle of Shakeology. With your workouts, like maybe you talk about a struggle, maybe you didn't want to do it, maybe you had a feat that day, you're like, I did 3 more push-ups than I ever had before, or you're on day 5 of 21 and you're proving to people that, you're getting through this program. Look, watch me, I'm going to do this, and if I can do it, you can too. So again, you need those posts, but make sure that you're giving value to someone. You're either inspiring them, you're motivating them, you're telling them why you're doing this. Like, what is this thing? Why should they join you? So every time I post, I like to step back for a second and say, if I were some random person looking at this, like I look at it to myself before I post it, and I reread it, and I'm like, if I was some random person, is this annoying? Like, would I get value out of this? Would I care? Like, does this tell me anything about Calli or about Brittany or Jesse? Like, what is this saying? And what is this putting out to my Facebook world? Because they do see it. And those people who are not liking, they are watching. And I'm sure Jesse and Brittany tell you that all the time because they are watching. And so if you just post, luckily, knock on every piece of wood ever, I have yet to have a hater. I probably have the more quiet ones because, like, I feel like people aren't going to openly be like, you're annoying. And I'm like, really? How? Because I'm like, nice. I'm trying to like be inspiring. So, and it's okay. I'd rather have the silent ones that just like unfollow me. I don't care. But it's, when you really try and put yourself out there forward and just try to be inspiring and step back and say, is this something that I would want to see on my newsfeed? Then you'll really get more supporters than you will, haters be like, kind of, why are you doing this beach party thing? Don't talk to me. Because there will be those, and like, that's okay. You don't want them on your team anyway. You don't get the negative energy out of your life. That's my side tangent. So, okay. Now we're going to go on to photos. Wow, I'm like speeding through this. Okay. Am I going too fast? Does anyone have, if we have any questions actually on the quality of posts, like what to post, we can actually do some questions now before I go on to actual like photo quality and apps and stuff. So write some questions if you have them, or you can unmute yourself. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, if y'all want to unmute yourselves, if you have questions, feel free to. Anyone?
You can absorb for a second. I know that like I spewed stuff out at you for 10 minutes. You good?
I'm good.
Awesome. Okay, great.
I was
slow
just,
down. I get really excited.
Question real quick. How many times a day do you post on Instagram?
So Instagram's like, I'm still in this process of learning how I want to use Instagram. Because I have my personal one that's like for my friends, and I don't want to bother them too much because they're also my Snapchat. So I also have my Calli Aesthetics like fitness one, and I struggle there a little more, but I post like once a day. If there's something, again, with Instagram, because it's a different algorithm than Facebook, the amount of times that you post doesn't matter. So if you post once every other day, it's not that you're going to get less or more likes. Those people are going to see it, they're going to have to scroll for a while, but So, you could say if you really want, if Instagram is your platform of choice, I would go ahead and do 3 times a day of the same thing that you would put on Facebook. If Facebook's your platform of choice, I would post like once a day like choose your best post that you did on Facebook and put that on your Instagram. So kind of like what you want someone to get from that day. Because a lot of times they'll see both. So, I want to choose like my favorite from Facebook and be like, okay, if these people see this post again, are they going to be like, Calli, shut up? Or are they going to like be like, oh, I liked this one, So I have a lot of conversations with myself.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious about Instagram because I don't do too much Instagram, but
for me, I'm struggling a little more with that as a platform. I find Facebook more engaging for me, but a lot of people have success with Instagram. So I also suck at coming up with hashtags. And hashtags are really like having good hashtags on Instagram are really important. So, I would say if Instagram is your platform of choice, 3 to 5 times, because again, those people on Instagram, if you post in the morning and they're not on until late at night, then your post is not even going to really be there at that point. And then you can post like once on Facebook. Facebook's your platform of choice. Post one, post your favorite one on Instagram. Any other questions? That was a good one, Brittany. You good? Cafe latte. Okay, with greens. I'm such a coach. Okay, moving on. Now we're going to talk about photos. So I'm going to share my screen again. So I took these pictures for you guys right beforehand, so I'm going to look the same. Let's move that down there. Okay, share screen. There I am. Okay, you guys see the picture of me like in the kitchen and it's dark. Cool. Okay. So this is an example of a lot of stuff that I see, which is fine. You did your post, you're like, yay, I don't know what I would say. Maybe like I did my workout and I'm making my dinner. But like, are people really gonna scroll through their newsfeed and be like, I wanna stop and look at this post and read what she has to say? Not really. It's dark, it's grainy. I wish that I had natural light when I thought about doing this earlier, but I didn't. Natural light's always the way to go. So then I was like, all right, so here's attempt number 2. Better, right? Cool, got some light, but like my skin's looking all blotchy because I just worked out, and maybe this isn't a workout post. Maybe this is like, I love my life and for these reasons. So I have a rule that when I take a picture, I go through at least one editing app. And it's not because like, oh man, like I need to look really good at all times. It's just eye-catching. You need something to, when people are scrolling, they're scrolling through like crazy. I mean, you scroll through Facebook, you go quickly, and there needs to be a picture that makes people stop if you want them to read something. So I'll show you the apps at the end. So I went to Facetune, which is $4. Like, who do they think they are, taking $4 of my money? But it's worth it. It's a one-time $4, I promise. But you have to, I'm going to do a fair warning that you need to have like a moral line when it comes to Facetune, because Facetune is basically Photoshop on your phone, and you can like change shapes, and like you can make, I don't know, it gets a little like, okay, you can actually morph your body. It's hard to make it look good, so don't even try. And also, that's not our business. Like we're in the business of like making people confident in their skin. And if you're doing like Facetune and you're like shrinking yourself or making your thighs skinnier, like just don't go there. So I'm going to warn you with that. I use it for this purpose. Do you guys see the difference? I just popped my eyes, I smoothed my skin a little, and I blurred my background. You guys see that? I'm switching back and forth. So you're like, okay, I didn't change how I look. That's actually how I think I maybe look. I don't know. Or my skin is really that blotchy. I don't know. But I smoothed it out a little so I don't look like so bad. And my eyes popped a little, which everyone, always wants to see your eyes. So, and then in the background, like I didn't really mean to get the towels from the bathroom in there, but I did. And so blurring them kind of makes it look a little nicer, and maybe you took it with a nice camera, who knows. So then I went to my other favorite, VSCO, VSCO. Afterlight is also a great one that I'll do. They're just kind of both basic photo editing apps, and Afterlight has a ton of filters, so that's a really fun one. But for this one, I just went basic and went with VSCO. And there I kind of just brightened it a little. I did a little less contrast, added some saturation, just kind of like made it pop. You play around, and then you will learn your style, kind of, I like higher contrast, I like lower contrast, I like a little fading, I like lots of highlights, I like really bright pictures. You kind of figure out, and it's not wrong. No matter what you do, it's not wrong. It just, you will learn kind of like how you like your pictures. So this is kind of my style, a little bit of fade, fun. Oh, I went the wrong way. So you can kind of see the difference. So that's from our Facebook feed. Not bad. That one, a little more bright and fun and exciting. Kind of, it might make you stop a little faster. So then, again, so now I'm on app number 3. And this is probably, I did this in like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, because I have, you get in your groove. So then I went to Photofy, and that's where you can add a bunch of like fun text, and you can do borders and, go crazy with a bunch of artwork stuff. And then I added just a fun little, you are stronger than you think. So even if someone isn't reading my post about what this picture is about, they're seeing the picture and they're getting a little splash of motivation, a little splash of inspiration. And they're like, yeah, I am stronger than I think. Okay, cool. And maybe that inspired them to go work out. Who knows? But these are fun sometimes. I'm doing them a little less. I did these all the time for the first like year and a half. And doing them a little less because now I have more of a following that people will usually just kind of read my posts anyway. And if they're not, then like, okay, whatever. Like they know me by now. It's 2 years in, and they're like, okay, I get it. There's only so many times you can like post the same motivational thing on your picture. But Photofy is great. They always have a bunch of new stuff. You can like design your text, and I love it. So again, it's a nice way of just when someone's scrolling, maybe they don't want to stop and read what you have to say, but they just got a little blip of motivation. So there's my progression. Like, don't do that. Here's like, okay, not bad. Oh, better. Oh, ooh, that's kind of nice. Oh, motivation, yay. Brittany, you're dying, I know. Oh, goodness. Okay. So you're like, I don't know what apps you just said to me because that was just a lot. So here is my camera situation. I'll leave this up for a minute. So Afterlight. Afterlight is going to be basic editing plus a ton of awesome filters. Tons of awesome filters. And you can do like little lighting effects, and it's a really cool app. So if you want to go, like I play around with that all the time beforehand. I kind of know now like the filters, and I have a little more of a different style now, but I always just go in there if I have a little more time and I want to play around and make it a super fun kind of filtery picture. So Photofy is the one that I was just talking about. You can add text, borders. You can do, let's see what else you can do. You can do like the mirror stuff. You can also edit a little bit, layout edits. You can also make the Instagram square, like when you have a rectangular picture. Let's see. Yeah, so like this one that I just used. Da-da-da. So now this is an Instagram square. They just added the white borders on the side. So if I wanted a square on Instagram, which it's more so now because Instagram doesn't care about squares anymore, but like this is really helpful for Facebook profile pictures. If you have a Facebook profile picture that's not a square, or like it's chopping part of your head off and you don't want that, if you go into Photofy, it's called Instagram Insta Square. Right down there. And you can take your picture and it'll add the border. So it makes it, that's kind of like the Facebook. I hate that the Facebook profile pictures do that. So annoying. Okay, pick, play, post. That's a fun if you have a video that you want to put with some pictures, and like let's say you're doing your workout and you're like, before I look pretty nice, then during, here's me working out, video, And then here's my after sweaty picture. You can mix them all together and it's a nice little collage. Then Facetune is what I was talking about. That's the $4 one. Worth it. Like everyone's always asking me like, oh my gosh, how are your eyes always sparkling? And yeah, no, my eyes don't really sparkle in real life. I don't think. It's really just a little Facetune help. I'm actually going to open this. We might go through this together. Because if you do Facetune and like it can be like weird. All right. I wish I could like share my phone with you, but that's okay. So here's the beginning picture. Here's your little scroll. Hold on. Okay. You can whiten your teeth, which is pretty cool. You can smooth. So the smooth I use, and then the details. So this details here. The trick with Facetune is zooming in. So like I'm gonna like zoom in crazy to my eyes, like hello eyes, and then I'm going to detail them. And you just like rub it. You like rub. It's like you're painting something, and then my eyes are done. So again, so really like the main key with Facetune is just zooming in, because a lot of times like people will try and smooth their face, but they're out. Let's see. They're like out here doing it, and it's just like smoothing everything, and you're like, and then you just have this like smooth, like fuzzy face. So I just kind of like to smooth a little like, spots, because you don't want to look fake. You don't want to look like a Barbie doll. That's not real. So you just kind of like, if you have a couple blemishes, you can fix that up. There's, let's say like the other day I had a massive like pimple right here, and I was like, that's not going to work. So again, I wasn't changing myself, but I was like, I don't want this, like really, it was bad. So there's Patch. I'll let that focus again. Okay, so Patch is right here. And you can literally like take a spot on your face, and it will like, oh my gosh, this is so, whoa. Sorry guys. I wish I could share my phone with you, but I can't. No, you're not gonna do that? Okay. Anyway, so you can take a spot, like you choose like the little blemish, and you can take another spot on your face, like your skin color, and it can just like, boop, and you like put it on top, like a little patch. So again, have morals with Facetune. It's a great app for just like brightening your eyes. You can blur your background, make it look a little more professional, and just make you feel a little better. But don't morph yourself. If don't do it. Okay, VSCO. VSCO, that again is the basic. They have a couple little filters that are cool that you can go back and forth. Afterlight, by the way, the difference, instead of like going on Instagram and doing my filters, Afterlight, you can layer multiple filters. So you can literally have 7 filters on a picture, and you can like scale it. So I want like a little bit of this filter, then I want a lot of this filter, and then I want a little bit of that filter, and you can layer them, which is really nice. So you get these like cool effects going on. Sorry, side tangent of Afterlight. VSCO is your basic. It makes, I don't know, I just love it. It's a good basic app. It's again, like that's just, if I want to do quick, I kind of know my way around VSCO. I know what I like in it. I know how to edit my pictures the way that I like, so it makes it quick and fast. Photo Splash, I don't use that much, but it's cool when you want to. That's when you can do the black and white. If you have like, maybe you have this really cool workout shirt on, and it's a really fun, bright color, and like you want everything black and white, but your workout shirt, you can do that there. Or you want everything in color except something that's black and white. So that's a cool, like you basically color what you want. You like rub in what you want, black and white, vice versa. And then Splice is going to be a good video editor. I haven't found my favorite yet for video like filtering, making your videos look nice on iPhone, but this is a good one to like chop up your videos if you want to like, or you can do speed. Jessie, what do you use? Or do you do it on your computer?
iMovie. No, I do everything on my phone. iMovie.
Really? Okay. That wasn't working for me too well last time.
You have to play around with it, but it's like once you get used to it, like it's super easy. I can do a video in like 2 minutes.
Perfect. All right. Yeah. So videos, I'm not like, but yeah, those are my photo. Again, and everyone has their own little photo app stuff. Photify, you can also do collages. by the way.
Calli, I asked earlier, I like typed it because I didn't want to forget.
Sorry.
Talking about Photify and stuff, like how much is too much when it comes to like adding stickers or like adding borders or?
Good question. Less is more. Yeah, don't go crazy. Either I'm not a huge border fan, but again, if you love borders, then that's your style and that's awesome. And maybe just do a border. Don't do borders and text and like multiple text. Sometimes I do, like if I have 2 empty spaces, I'll like kind of write more of like a sentence, like I'll start it up here and end it down here. But if you have like one motivational phrase, just keep it at that. Don't have like 3 on there. Definitely less is more. That was a great question, Jesse. Let's see. Okay. So that's kind of my apps. Again, these are not like, the only ones, obviously. Everyone has their own apps that they love. These are just kind of my go-tos. And then, yeah, so this is all part of why should someone stop and read your post? Like what is going to make them stop? What's going to make them read? Let's see, Facetune is completely worth, yes, Facetune's worth the $4, totally. Again, you're just trying to get people to kind of pay attention, and you want to be genuine. You want to post your 3 to 5 times. Also, I don't know if, I feel like probably Jesse or Brittany would have told you this before. The more you interact with someone on Facebook, commenting, liking, messaging, etc., the more they're going to see your stuff. So that's why it's really important, those people that you're like, you'd be a good coach or you'd be a good challenger. I want to reach out to you. Like, start commenting on their posts and liking it. And then all of a sudden they'll start liking your stuff because you're going to show up on their newsfeed. And also when you're inviting and following up with these people, they're going to start seeing more of your posts. So it's like Facebook's doing half the work for you because you're like, hey, you want to join this challenge group? And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. No, thanks. And then they start seeing all these cool posts that you're posting and they're like, oh, yeah, that looks kind of cool. Okay. So then when you follow up, you're like, hey, so how's it going? I was thinking about you that day. And they're like, yeah, actually, that looks really cool. Let's do it. So it helps. Facebook's kind of, again, doing their algorithms behind the scenes and helping you a little bit. So that is pretty much it. I sped through that really quickly. But I appreciate your time, and just shoot questions at me if you want. I know that was a lot.
Thank you. I wrote down a ton of, I actually use a ton of the apps that she uses. I do agree about the Facetune. Yeah, sorry. I use that too, but like she said, y'all be careful. Like I'm not like constantly like smoothing out everything to where I look like picture perfect, because I'm like, if y'all look at my pictures, like sometimes I use it and you'd still be like, she looks like a hot freaking mess, because that's what I am. Like, I don't put on makeup, I don't do that. So it's not meant to make you look like this like perfect person. It's just to help, like she said, have like that eye-catching, like especially like the details of like your eyes, like the moment, like every picture that Calli does that, I like immediately stop on her picture because I'm like, wow, her eyes, and they're like beautiful, her eyes are gorgeous, but like seriously, like it's like you like stop because people like are seeing your eyes. Like it's just crazy. Like that one little change will make a huge difference on your difference.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And the blur background, that's my other favorite. Kind of makes it look like someone took a professional picture of you, sort of.
Yeah, I use that a lot too. So I highly recommend that app. And again, like she named a few free ones. So if y'all don't want to spend money on it, like go look at the free ones and see what they can offer you. Does anyone have questions about anything?
Oh, side note. Oh, so many side notes, but 2 side notes. Only 2. I'm just kidding. Okay. Clean your camera lens before every picture that you take, please. You'll see the difference. It's literally like you don't think about it, but when you're talking on the phone, right, and you have like ear oil, I guess, I don't know, I might have oily ears or something, but like your face, right, and it's like, but this is the camera, and so I guarantee you, if you all clean can everyone take out their phone real quick if you have it next to you? We're just going to do something fun. And pull up your camera to like selfie mode. Okay, so like you have like it on selfie mode. You can see yourself. All right, take a picture. All right, now take your shirt or something that's like cottony or whatever and clean the crap out of your lens. Just start cleaning it. Rub it back and forth. Press hard. All right, now take that same selfie. And now compare them. And I guarantee you, the one after cleaning it is so much clearer. Unless you clean your camera a lot. You see a difference?
I never clean my phone.
And I never did until I was like, wow, why is this so like blurry? Or like when you do stuff outside and like the light is kind of like glary, you clean your camera lens, it's like night and day, especially with Snapchat. It really helps because Snapchat photo quality isn't that great anyway. So anyway, so every time before you take a picture, just clean your camera. Because again, like you're like touching the outside of your phone, and so like all the oils from your hands are just going onto your lens, and it's like kind of blurring it a little bit. So that'll help. And then my other side tangent was natural light. What helps with the little blur in the back is that like wherever a window is, go to it to take your selfie. I mean, I don't want like sun beaming in on your face because that like is, washes out. So if you can get like, you might turn the blinds up a little bit or whatever, but natural light is the best possible lighting you can do. So go find a window and then you can blur the background. Like that's why it's like, sometimes it's awkward. You're like, and you can see that I'm like purposely standing at this like weird window. So just like blur your background, use Facetune, blur your background. No one will know where you're standing, but you have this nice natural light on your face, which is why I was saying I wish I kind of had natural light when I was thinking about taking these pictures for you. See, the camera on my Galaxy is what makes me miss it so much. Yeah, the Galaxy cameras are really good, for sure. And yeah, those are my two tangents. Clean your camera lens, and natural light is always the best. And you can take selfies like, I mean, sometimes if the sun is going down and I'm working out, I will run to the window, take my selfie, like I'll kind of just like, okay, I worked out, like get a little redness on my face because I'm literally working out, but I'm like, sunlight. It helps. Now you know all my tricks. But yeah, you can like stockpile selfies too, which is nice. You can change your shirt. If there's like a really good lighting situation going on, just like change your hair a little bit. Bonnie Engel was like, keep a stock full, like keep selfies just in a thing. And I'm like, okay. So sometimes when I remember, I'll do that. But that helps too. And you're just not in good lighting and you want to post a selfie with some motivational whatever. You can kind of, instead of having like the weird lighting and like my nose always catches like weird shadows with lights and, so it helps when you just have good lighting. So Jesse, what else? Any other questions, guys?
Does anyone have any questions about anything to talk about? Quality of posts? Anything?
Do you have questions about what to post about? Like if you're like, should I post about this? Or let me know. You can unmute too if you want.
Yeah, y'all can unmute if you want, as long as y'all don't have like screaming children in the background. I'm kidding. Surprise, my dogs are barking at the moment. They bark at 5 minutes. I do want to say something though, that I feel like a lot of people struggle with as far as like what to post, and it's I actually had like a thread going on with some of my coaches tonight, and like there's a huge difference. Like Calli was showing y'all like the quality of the picture, but like for example, like the quote that she posted, like you're stronger than you think. She could have found a you're stronger than you think picture on Pinterest, right? Like you can go on Pinterest and type in quote and there's gonna be like fitness quotes, whatever. She could post that, or she could post a picture of herself with that on there. People want to see you. It's Facebook, y'all. It's face. They want to see your face, right? So instead of like just posting like a random quote, and that's okay if you do that every once in a while. I do that every once in a while.
Yeah.
But don't do that every day. Post a picture of you with a motivational quote next to it. Because what people are going to start doing is seeing your face, and they're going to like associate like the positivity and the motivation and the inspiration with you, instead of just like, oh, it's just a motivational quote that she saw, you know?
And then that's when people are going to start reading your posts, because they're like, oh, whenever she posts a selfie that she's happy in, she writes something that helps me in life somehow. Yeah, it's also helpful, you know, if you are scrolling through like Pinterest, let's say, and you find a great quote. Like, again, sometimes, like, you know, we all post just like a nice quote that we see. But a lot of times it's also really good inspiration, like when you're reading personal development, or when you find those good quotes, like use that as your inspiration for your post. You know, like write about that, kind of expand on that and what you think, because like people care what you think about whatever you read or whatever that quote is. Like, how does that relate to you? Because they want to know how it relates to them. So again, it's just going back to like, how do you relate to people? And who are you trying to attract? That was awesome. You're so right, Jessie. Like, use your face.
Yeah, use you. People want to see you.
Yep.
Anything else, Brittany? You want to say anything? Or anyone have any questions about it? About any of the apps?
I love Facetune. I think it's fantastic. I really try not to use those like morphing thing. Like, I tried it once and I was like, no, I cannot put this on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, changing everything. And
They're also really hard. It's like, then your like thigh is like morphed it and you're like, I don't know, this is weird.
like, screw it. I'm just gonna put it whatever. No, like I typically use the blurring. Like that is fantastic. That stuff looks professional. And
Yes.
I mean, that's why I love that app, because I mean it makes you feel like other people don't know about these apps, you guys. Like, just like you didn't know, I didn't know about these apps before. So really, like, it makes you seem more credible and like you know more about what you're doing, you know? I love that.
And about the morphine thing. Okay, so I actually know a girl, she's not a coach, that like makes herself look skinnier in her pictures. And then when you see her in person, like you're like, I'm confused. Like, don't do that. That does nothing for anyone.
Or you have to morph every single picture that you ever take of yourself.
Wait, what?
Like if you, or like, let's say you don't see people in person because you like stay in your house, but you can just like, if you morph it once, then you have to like morph every other picture after that.
Don't do that.
People will notice the difference.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Like she was saying, it just meant to like make your pictures look nicer. It's not meant for you to like alter your results from your, you know, don't make yourself look like you have a six pack if you don't. That's not what this community is about. That's not what our team's about. So I don't, and like I like played around. I've never like even looked at the morphine thing, but like there's like the blending, like the softening and stuff. Like if you overdo it, like you can clearly tell. And I actually used before Facetune, I used another app, and I look back at my time hop or my pictures, and I'm like, holy, like those pictures look so fake. And I wasn't meaning to like do it. It just, I was trying to make them nicer, and it just didn't. It looked like photo editing. Like it looked like I was like editing all my pictures, just like it just wasn't. It just didn't work. So just make sure you're not overdoing it. And it's the same thing with like the stickers. Don't put like 10 stickers on one picture, y'all. Like that can be like what, like they're gonna look at it and say, oh God, like overwhelmed, right? Same thing for like a collage. Don't do like 30 pictures on one like collage, right? So
less is always more.
right. And go like look at Calli's pictures. Like you'll clearly see like the consistency of filters, and like the way her pictures look, like you'll see like that consistency, and you'll see like exactly what she was talking about, because it's not, like she doesn't overdo it. They're pretty and they just catch your attention.
Like blushing. Thanks, Jessie.
I'm just saying, no, they are though. Like that's why I wanted her to talk to y'all tonight about this, because she's so good at it. So she knows what she's talking about. She knows obviously what she's talking about. But
I also had a one-up because my background is design, like graphic and interior architecture and stuff. So that was my life. And so I'm here to share the knowledge. Like bad pictures just drive me, like they've just always driven me crazy, like my whole life. So pretty things, aesthetically pleasing to the eye, photography. I've taken photography my whole life and all that stuff. So that's kind of why it's like I learned it, but so you play around. Again, open those apps and just play around with them. Figure out what you like, figure out your style. Again, there's no right or wrong, but consistency is always a good thing with your style. Of course, you can always make some, fun ones different. Like I posted one like an hour before this, and it was a little more extra contrast and saturation than I usually do, but it was a special post and it was like a cool silhouette thing. So again, they don't have to all look the same, but you'll figure out your style, and it's fun to play around, and it will take a while at the beginning. You're like, really? I have to do like, oh my God, I'm going to do one post. It's going to take 10 minutes to edit this picture. Yeah. Like the first couple times, and then you'll learn your thing, and you'll learn how much contrast you like and not, or whatever. And I'm not even going to touch that button because I don't use it. And it'll become, again, like that picture I showed you took me like 2 or 3 minutes. You'll learn your apps. So don't be scared, from them, and definitely at least use one, at least. So again, sometimes I just use Facetune because I just want my eyes to pop and it's not a big deal. And the natural lighting made everything fine, and it's all good to go. Sometimes I use 3 or 4. So depending on the vibe. And there you go. So that was it for me. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys are awesome.
Does anyone else have any questions before I stop hitting record? Yeah.
Good.
Brittany?
Sorry. I was
What?
just